Have you ever felt the call of the wild? John Muir wrote, "The mountains are calling, and I must go." Most of us who love the natural world know that feeling well. That sense that we need to get back into the natural world as fast as we can. Why do we have that deep longing for connection with nature? Is it just a desire for some exercise and fresh air, or is there something else behind that longing? Hello, I'm Eric Stensland. Welcome to the first episode of Beneath the Surface, where we step out of the chaos of our noisy world to slow down and reconnect with our inner world. We're going to kick off this channel by spending these first few weeks using my book, Whispers in the Wilderness, to help us reconnect with our inner world. Last year, my friend Brett Wilson of Skydance Mountain Audio created an audio version of this book, which he narrated with his beautiful, rich voice. He also wrote nearly all of the music for the audiobook, which I think you're really going to enjoy. Now, we're going to listen to a chapter from Whispers in the Wilderness, and then after we've heard it, I'll briefly reflect on it. So put on a good pair of headphones, allow yourself to slow down, and let yourself be immersed in the sounds of wilderness.
Wild Embrace. Slow down and breathe deeply, I tell myself, as I struggle to take in enough air. For the last 4 hours, I've been hiking as fast as my body will carry me. First, along well-worn paths, then through the middle of dark woods, alongside a lonely stream, followed by a scramble up to a ridgeline above the trees. Finally, I begin to feel like I've escaped from the eyes of people and their many expectations. Above me, clouds gently float past, leisurely crossing over the mountaintops without seeming to notice them. Down below me, there is a large forested valley, free of trail or any obvious sign of human touch. I'm finally all alone, embraced by this mountain wilderness. As my cares fade and my body relaxes, I realize within me a deep sense of belonging. In my bones, I can feel this is where I belong, or at least where I long to be. How can this place, in some ways so inhospitable to people, seem to speak words of belonging to my deepest self? Have we cut ourselves off from the world to which we truly belong? Is the wilderness reminding me of some prehistoric relationship between humanity and nature? Or is it the silence of this place that is inviting me to reunite with my inner self and with the whisper on the wind? Perhaps it is both of these and more. In this solitary place, I can almost hear the wilderness whispering to each of us to come and be reconnected with nature and with ourselves.
Now, I would guess that the experience that I described of being out in nature and being moved so deeply is something that you've experienced as well. Perhaps it was on a visit to the ocean where the waves were crashing in and you could see all the way out to the distant horizon. Or perhaps you had a similar experience during a visit to the mountains, perhaps in a national park, where you watched the sun setting between jagged snow-covered peaks. Or perhaps you found yourself deeply moved while out walking through a quiet forest. I think most of us have felt that pull towards the natural world, a pull that we cannot fully describe. Sometimes there's a sense of belonging, and sometimes a sense of profound peace, and sometimes it is a deep yearning for something indescribable. Now, it might sound ludicrous, but I believe that those feelings, if followed, have the potential to transform our lives. I think of them as signposts pointing towards another way of being, another way of living. We often have those deep feelings while we're out in nature, and then we push them aside as we hurry back to our normal lives. Well, I would like to encourage you to spend some time over these next couple of days to go back to those profound experiences that you've had in nature. Try to bring them back to mind and even feel them again. Explore them and try to put into words what those feelings are trying to convey, because I think they have something very important to say to us. So let's go back to those signposts, take a good look at where they're pointing, and then let's head in that direction. That's what we're going to do on this channel. We're going to take the often overlooked road towards a way of living that heads towards a life of depth and wholeness.